Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It is September 8th, 2021. And a few things this afternoon for us all. Of course, this coming Sunday, that's the big one, is we're resuming a more regular schedule with in-person worship possible at 7:45 and at 10:30 a.m. Both of those services will be Eucharists. Both of those services will include the sermon. Only the 7:45 service will be broadcast. It will be open via Zoom and pushed to YouTube, just as our sermon services have been for the last several months, the Zoom services. Again, the 10:30 service will not be Zoom. We will be broadcasting, meeting in person in the sanctuary. I've just spent the last hour in there trying to figure out the best way to set up the camera and maybe to get the best sound. Connie and I will be working on it tomorrow to see if we can fine tune some of that, which we will be working on over the next few weeks to get the best possible sound, the best possible visual for those folks who are connecting digitally. So that's at 7:45 and then at 10:30, those two services. Between those services, as we have talked about, starting at 8:45, the Sunday only choir starts rehearsing. So they will be rehearsing from 8:45 until 10-ish or so to get ready for their part in our worship. At 9:15, we will start our Faith Forum series back up again. And as I have said and have published in the sheepskin, this time for about 7 weeks, we'll be talking about altars in the world. And the title comes from this book by Barbara Brown Taylor, An Altar in the World, which is a series of essays, meditations on how we experience God. Not all of them being out in the world, not all of them being in a sacred space or a church or something like that, but how do we experience God in silence? How do we experience God in our work? How do we experience God in our relationships? And so we will spend a number of weeks talking about that during our Faith Forum. This coming Sunday, it will be an introduction to the whole program of the altars in the world. It will be recorded. These sessions will be recorded and made available later that afternoon so that folks who are unable to be here in person for whatever reason, you might be in the choir, you may be home ill, you may not be ready to come back into a group of folks, you will be able to watch that presentation, listen to the conversation that's going on in that room. And then on Monday nights, the next night at 7 o'clock, I will be available on Zoom from 7 until 8 to answer questions or engage you in any conversation that you might have had as you either read the book in advance, which won't start this week, if you've read the book, or if you just had questions that arose from the other participants. So that will be the Faith Forum. Again, that will be from 9:15 until about 10:10, so we can get ready for the next service. Between those two services from 8:45 until 10:20, there will be childcare. So if you want to sing in the choir, but worried about your kids, they will be taken care of. If you want to participate in Faith Forum and are worried about your kids, they will be taken care of. At 10:20, Sunday school begins as it has in the past, 10 minutes before the regular service, and then the kids will join us at the piece as they have. Also want to, I wanted to say one other thing about altars in the world. I have about 7 books left if somebody wants to participate and read the book, and if you don't want to buy it, that's okay. We've got about 7 copies of that book left. First come, first served. So I'll look forward to seeing you there on Sunday. The other book discussion that we've been talking about the last week or so is the book called Caste, The Origins of Our Discontents. And this book is, this discussion is not really Good Shepherd focused. It was put together by the Colorado Council of Churches. And congregations around Colorado have been invited to participate. And the idea was to pair predominantly Anglo congregations with congregations that are predominantly of color to read this book and to engage one another in discussion. We've got already about 10 to 12 people who have said they want to participate in this discussion. If you could let me know by tomorrow, Thursday, whether or not this is something that you want to do, I need to be able to let the folks at the Council of Churches know how many we have engaged. This will be on Zoom. It will not be in person. I can't tell you when the meeting times will be or the days, because that will be up to the folks in the two congregations. So again, once we know how many people here are interested, I will send that information off and we will get the response back from the Council of Churches, and then we'll pass that on. Deacon Nadine Pope, our new deacon, will be sort of not facilitating, but sort of spearheading this from our end and helping the coordinating part of that. And I'll hand that all off to her when I know who all is signing up, and we can move forward with that. You will need to purchase your own book. We do not have these available at the church, so you can get it on Kindle. I suppose you could get an audiobook version, or you can buy a soft cover or hardcover, but you are responsible for your own copy of that book. So go ahead and purchase it now if you don't already have it. A couple of other things about Sunday mornings, not so much about Caste, but about Sunday mornings, is that as we meet and we want to continue to build relationships with one another, one of the best ways that we found doing that, of course, is at coffee hour. And we need signups. We're covered for some of the Sundays between now and the end of the year, but not all of them. And recognizing that one of the ways that people sign up for coffee hours is they see the sign-up sheet and they say, oh, I can do that week. So we will have the sign-up sheet available on Sunday. It will be against the wall as you go out the front door. It'll be just to the left on the bulletin board there, and you can take a look at that and sign up there. We will also be putting up flower sign-up sheet there as well through the end of the year. Again, flowers enhance our worship, and we just haven't been able to do that. So both of those things will be available on Sunday for signups. So please do, and help support our efforts to build relationships with one another, with Christ, and with the community around us. Lastly, I was on a call yesterday with other clergy from around the diocese, and while we have been fortunate, there are a number of other churches that have been hit not in various ways by folks contracting the Delta variant of the coronavirus. Many of them are asymptomatic, but they do test positive. And because this seems to be kind of increasing, at least for a while, some of these folks are talking about, they've been inside, they're talking about moving back outside until the sort of wave washes over. We aren't there yet. I think we can take care of ourselves well, but masking is absolutely essential for everyone. And we do this to protect the kids, especially those who are unable to be vaccinated. Those are the folks that are, the unvaccinated are the ones that are filling up the hospitals, both children and adults. So do yourself a favor and get vaccinated if you haven't, and get your children vaccinated as soon as it is possible to decrease the likelihood that they may contract this virus and or pass it on. And then also at this discussion, the reminder was that flu shots are starting to become available. We really, as a society, did pretty well last year because we were quarantined, and so we weren't passing the flu around. That's not the case now. And so talk with your physician to find out when is the best time to go ahead and get that flu shot. There is some disagreement about how long, when they're most effective and when we think the flu is going to come in. So talk to your physician if you have any questions about that, and get the shot as soon as you can, so that we at least decrease the likelihood of adding that problem to the already awful situation that is the coronavirus. And then, as always on Wednesdays, I invite you to Zoom back in at 8:45 to Compline. The link for that will go out in email a little later today. Compline right now, I know, is being done according to the form that comes out of the Evangelical Lutheran Church. So give it a try and see what you find. My friends, blessing. I look forward to seeing many of you on Sunday in one way or another. I hope you have a good rest of the week, and I know that it's going to be warm, so stay as cool as you can. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.